Welcome back. Previously, we have implemented the sequential workflow. The first step was cloning a repository, and the second step was inspecting this repository with the tools provided by the local MCP server. And we were getting a few questions a tech recruiter could ask an interviewee. Now is the time to improve on this design. We'll improve on this design by introducing two parallel workflows. The first parallel workflow with ProjectDescriptionAgent and ProjectStructureAgent will produce context for agents in the next parallel workflow. The next parallel workflow will substitute the InspectCodeAgent. The InspectCodeAgent used to write for us questions about all kinds of topics, about testing, architecture, error handling, and so on. But in the new design, we'll have specialized agent for each of these topics. Each of these agents will produce number of questions per category. Then we'll have question selector agent. The question selector agent will choose the top number of questions for us. We'll start with some cleanup. We don't need log MCP tools anymore. And let's say goodbye to the InspectCodeAgent. Okay, it's time to start adding some agents, but first let me add the Lombok dependency because I will need it. And I will start with ProjectDescriptionAgent. Next, ProjectStructureAgent. And right now we have to create the beans in the agents config. This agent will output project structure. Max tool calling round trips 10. And this time I would like to add a listener to log the output of the agent. And I will need the after agent invocation. Add SLF4j annotation. And now we can log. Now it's time for ProjectDescriptionAgent. And right now we'll create the parallel workflow, the first one. The parallel builder method. We give the subagents. And we'll assign 2 threads to it. All right, now it's time to tackle the question producing agents. I will create a new package for all of those interfaces and just copy paste there the agents. Let's take a look what we have. First, we've got question prompts with constants because most of these agents will have the same context, and I want them to produce the same format. So let's go one by one. Architecture agent. Code quality agent. Error handling agent. Testing agent. And these are parallel agents. And we also have question selector agent. So after all of those parallel agents have produced the questions, question selector agent will choose the best ones. And in the context, as you can see, the question selector have all of the questions: error handling questions, testing questions, code quality questions, and architecture questions. Right now we have to create the beans in the agents config. And I will also copy paste them. So nothing special about those agents. Architecture agent has tools, code quality agent, listener logs the outputs, testing agent the same, error handling agent the same. And here we create the parallel questions agent with 4 of those agents. Finally, the question selector agent. What we finally have to do is put those agents into the sequential workflow builder. We've got the clone repo agent, and after clone repo agent, we'll need the parallel initial project description. Next, the parallel questions agent. And finally, the question selector agent. One of the last things we have to do is updating the input of the main agent. We have to add this number of questions per category. And finally, the analyze controller. I will also turn off any logging because we've got logging in the agents. And we are good to go. This time we will be analyzing the CodeSparks application itself. We want 2 questions per category, and top 3 questions will be chosen. Let's check the logs. ProjectStructureAgent, ProjectDescriptionAgent has finished. And we can see agents producing questions work. Okay, we've got the final answer. We can see that we've got project description, question number 1, question number 2, question number 3. Everything's working. That will be all for today.